And we're back with more FNAF World, which I'm just going to say is a really funny acronym, FNAF.
I think it's because the title would have been too long otherwise.
Well, yeah, no, it definitely would be. And I finally, there was a couple videos in this series where I was like, why do I have 2 save slots? Like, I have 2 save slots because I literally started playing the game for the sake of the review top 10 countdown and completely forgot that I did. I actually had a similar experience the other day because I picked up Rune Factory 4 again, and I was like, why do I have 2 save slots? I'm like, oh, because I made one so I could show off the early game cutscenes. Now, you weren't here with us during the recruitment drive.
I was not.
But we have
some new people.
Lots and lots of new help, including some very high-tier characters, including Funtime Foxy and Spring Bonnie. And since unlocks are a little random, I would like to get these other characters, but I'm not going out of my way for them. If they show up, they show up. If they don't, they don't.
Ah, you mentioned him?
Yeah, Plush Trap. He's from the... I think him, technically. Ah, good. I remembered that I was literally just chilling here. I apologize for the recruitment drive videos. There was some error that completely destroyed the audio synchronization in the later episodes. That's why I even have a note in the description saying, like, just pretend this is a podcast and don't actually watch what's happening. Now, the thing with the Funhouse is if you take any path that looks even remotely logical, you're already going the wrong way. You need to do everything in your power to not do anything remotely logical, or you'll just get reset into this never-ending, spiraling fun house from hell.
I was gonna say, I see the what looks like to be a crazy tube that we're walking in at this point.
Yep, fun with filters, class. Fun with filters.
I still see you have the little Reaper guy.
I sure do.
I'm kind of bummed that we unfortunately had to get rid of the unbearable teams that we had.
Before we go further, actually, Clockwork, you just reminded me, we probably have enough money to upgrade him. Now, I actually checked, there is a FNAF wiki, and they talk about it a little bit, and the thing with the Reapers is they don't actually have, like, greater chances of inflicting insta-death. Rather, they do it more frequently if you have the stronger version. And I haven't checked on these in a while, and yeah, we can afford him. So
X-Reaper.
X-Reaper, yeah. We're very hardcore around here. Block 20 isn't really going to be doing anything, so I'm just going to take extra damage.
Bees!
Yeah, he's back. Neon Bee is back to help us after the Maverick insurrection.
I was gonna say, and then you have the, and now you also have the UFO too, so that's gonna be a lot of extra damage.
Yep.
Neon Bee command mission. Hey, I'm just saying, I officially request Neon Bee to be added to X-Dive. I mean, he was so good in Command Mission 2.
Ooh, these guys hurt.
Yeah, the enemies around here are all fairly strong. And I'm a little out of practice. It's been a while since I played, so I'm like forgetting what my characters can do. And that's okay. I mean, like I said, in the very first episode, dying is really just all you lose is your patience. They really like that attack. This would be actually.
Howdy there, fellas. I just gotta say, it's me. Can I just say too that like I'm getting a serious Parasite vibe from the top Fredbear that we have.
Nightmare Fredbear?
Yeah, like I feel like his head's gonna like open up into like a Venus flytrap head. It'd be like, come here, don't you want to give me a kiss? It's like, no. No.
Really rather not, it's all the same to you.
No. Come on, man, don't you want to give me a speech?
Oh my god, the colors.
That is one of the most powerful attacks in the game, the Cosmic Jam. And yeah, it's epileptic, to say the least.
You don't have problems with epilepsy, do you
I
there,
do not,
Clockwork?
Thankfully.
If
you do, I cannot recommend playing this game, like, at all. Because it gets pretty intense. Yeah, we have now some of the strongest attacks and strongest healing potential in the game.
So, question there, Professor.
Yes.
You mentioned before that fourth wall is an attack in the game.
Yes.
Do any characters we can recruit have it?
I believe there is one or two that actually do.
I forget, what does fourth wall do?
It's literally you ripping a chunk out of the fourth wall and throwing it at your enemies, and it is the strongest single hit attack in the game, I believe.
Now, in case you're not aware, the fourth wall is it's not an actual thing. It's a convention that it's based off of theater, where you're supposed to assume as an actor in a play that you are surrounded by walls, and the viewers watching you're supposed to treat them like a wall.
Yep.
Yes. So it's not actually a wall, and I can't stress this enough because people don't seem to understand what it's supposed to be. It's literally supposed to be just an abstraction of you as the viewer/reader interacting with the work. And the problem is that postmodernism has made things really stupid. I'm gonna be blunt. It's really stupid. A lot of it is really stupid.
I think the game, I don't know if you played it or not, but I always found that the first two Paper Mario games always played really well with, or the second Paper Mario game played well with fourth wall breaking and using their crowd as a source of energy and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was taking the convention of the fourth wall and kind of playing with it, and questioning a role between audience, player, and game for a really interesting mechanical effect. Now,
I think forgive me, I know it's kind of trite to mention it, but wait, I was about to say, did we literally mention this guy?
you actually inadvertently name dropped him. Yes.
I was gonna say the Mother series, the way that they kind of lean on it, and the fact that they acknowledge the player is really fun. But yeah, not really quite to the mechanical. Because as I recall, with the Paper Mario, don't you gain or lose power depending on how you do in terms of attacks and stuff?
Yep. Yes. What you do is that every attack you do has an addition to it. So if you jump, if you press the A button at the right time at when you're about to hit the enemy, you'll kind of bounce off their head and do a second attack. And every attack has some sort of gimmick to this where you can do extra damage that way.
Oh yes, the power of small children.
But the couple things, the big thing is I think it was one of the first bosses takes I guess eats or something like that, part of the crowd or something to regenerate their health.
He actually goes into the crowd and starts eating them, and chases most of the rest of them away, and you'll actually lose them for a little bit until you build it back up again.
Or if you hit the magic roulette, you get the crowd back plus all your HP.
Oh yeah, that's
Wait, is this Thousand Year Door or which one is this? I was about to say that would be a good one to do, Snek, for
that could be a lot of fun.
As I recall, I saw you when you did the infamous Vivian bit. I remember watching that.
With Dupless, who literally takes the lowercase p out of the text options, specifically so you can't guess his name before time comes.
I actually didn't know that. I actually didn't know that beforehand. I think I played the game and I played it again. So I want to play it again. And I remember his name, but I couldn't find the letter. I was super confused.
Yep. He literally takes it out of the interface. And when you get into his house, you will actually find the lowercase p in a treasure chest. And then Mario re-affixes it to the HUD in order to properly name him.
what is happening in this game? The stretching and everything is so like jarring.
Like I said, fun with filters, and the Funhouse randomly picks which filter it's going to use at any given time, so it also doesn't tend to look very consistent. It will change between, I think, 4 or 5.
And the problem is, I think I in my head, I think change like as you're going through like a maze, changed in some ways could be good because that means you could possibly be progressing.
Yeah, don't assume that.
And this, I was saying you can't in this one. I can't figure what's going on.
There we go. Now,
I'm
something I want to make sure. Okay, so we're actually going to lose a little exposition here, but we're also going to get a little Easter egg for me wasting our time in doing this.
Oh.
The same Fredbear cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Whoops. I caused a Pime Paradox. Universe.
Wow.
universe end. Oh man!
Oh wow.
Yep.
Wow, they literally got D4C'd.
That's right. So, and now the game literally will not respond. I actually have to close it and
Oh wow.
relaunch because I literally destroyed the universe. And
That is hilarious.
put this back up. There we go. And now on our screen we have our first trophy, which is the disembodied legs of Fredbear. Because we blew him up. Now, thankfully, it's just the same as dying. We actually didn't lose anything but time for doing that. We don't actually gain anything, but it was too funny not to act on, and the game is merciful enough to put us right back here.
Ooh.
Alright, we found the glitched object of the funhouse.
Oh, did you ever find the? Did you ever go through like the fourth layer or something like that?
No, not yet, but we are close to where you can do that. I think this might actually be the hallway where that's possible. And if it is, I'm going to try to find it, because, once again, it won't actually hurt us in the long run. Not that way. It's been a while since I've been to this leg of the game.
There was a tree. There was a tree up there that you could have. That was blinking a little.
Oh, was it? I completely overlooked that.
Right
Yep.
there. On there.
You were completely right.
So, did Scott ever actually make games for the Atari 2600?
Nope.
Because he seems to like that aesthetic.
He does, but I think as of one of his most recent blog posts, he mentioned that he's in his early 40s. I don't think he's, like, old enough to have been a developer in that time.
Oh, so he would have been actually about
It doesn't
the
really stop you though. I mean, there's a lot of
prime
people who,
demographic
like,
for that when the 2600 was actually a thing.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I was gonna say that doesn't really stop people from doing that stuff though. I've seen people. I've heard of people like, you know, still making games for those consoles, even though it's gonna be extremely niche.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say this though, like the people who are like, "Hey guys, I'm making a Sega Genesis game," when in the year of our Lord 2021, it's like, really? I mean, more power to you, but really, just put it on PC.
Yep, not to mention Retro Chic is, like, in the indie scene, so it's like you're not necessarily pushing any envelopes that way.
Yeah, I suppose the entire like novelty of like, whoa, I get to like dust off my Genesis and play it that way, has novelty, but I mean that's literally all novelty.
Yep. And that is a thing. When they announced, like, the Genesis and the N64 controllers, I remember, like, scoffing at it, and there were all these people online who were, like, super pumped about it. And, like, I don't know, maybe I really am a hipster, but it's like, that does literally nothing for me, and
I mean,
neither
you
of those consoles
totally
were my
are.
childhood.
You totally are. Like, it's funny. Clockwork here was mentioning about like the Quest 64. He's like, I don't know. I feel like Snek should play it. I'm like, Snek's not gonna play it because it's on an N64 game. He's like, I don't know. He seems kind of pumped. I'm like, dude, no,
I say it was Paul. I said he seemed interested.
he's not gonna do it.
I think
always
this is
said
the
the-
hallway where the glitched object is. Let me double check. I might be getting ahead of myself, but I think this is... We're either at it or very close to it. And it's really easy to miss. It's actually kind of funny that Fredbear makes such a big deal about it, but it's like, it's literally only one spot in the game where it's even possible.
That's where he came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially in this, because it's really hard to like, because everything's kind of glowy, black and white. It's kind of hard to tell if something's kind of like
Yeah.
flashing.
You know, I'm kind of surprised that There Is No Game never really went into something like this, where like you're actually going underneath the game itself.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
I think I don't remember. There was a game that kind of did that. Like you could break in quotation marks the game in a sense and go through a different route, which is kind of playing the game, but also not playing the game.
There are a number
Oh.
of
There we go. I think we're
there
on
are a
track
number
now.
of games that do that. There Is No Game. That's like the entire
Ah,
point.
we found it. We found it, guys.
Eh.
Hi. I'm sorry to say, you have gone too deep into the code. There is no way back out. My name is Old Man Consequences. Come have a seat, and let's fish for a while. You have nowhere else to go. The end.
That's it.
Well,
It is old man consequences.
I mean, he's not joking. I don't have anywhere else to go, but there's... can I not get away from him? Okay, I may actually have to do this again, because there's something else in this... Like, the thing is, there's something else in this room, and honestly, it's the more interesting of the things. I thought I could talk to him and walk away again, but apparently it's not going to let me. So, once again, have to close the game.
It is making your character spaz out funny enough, though.
Well, yeah, that's just, I'm hitting left
As you're
and
attempting
right.
to break free from the old man.
Yeah,
consequences
it's
trap.
responding to me, like, trying to move Freddy, but it's not... Alright. And now, our title screen now has its second trophy.
Yay!
The glitched Freddy. So, I actually need to get back to his room one more time, because there is one other secret here, and it's a little dated now, but it's rather shockingly wholesome, so it's one of those things that I actually quite like. And
Desolate Hope to confirm.
that would be, I would like that a lot, actually. And let's see. There we go. Just have to glitch through there. And then I get to do it again. Yeah, you really have to bear in mind the mind frame that surrounds this franchise in order to find all these secrets. There we go. See, we're going to get there in no time. Now,
Now that you know where it is.
yeah. Now, instead of talking to Old Man Consequences, we're actually going to, like, lower ourselves about a pixel. And we're going to walk into the lake. And now I'm going to just have Freddy freak out. And I'm going to fall into the lake. And this is going to go on for a minute. And there's literally nothing you can do. He's not even responding to my inputs. This is literally just him falling so fast that it almost looks like a straight line of little 8-bit Freddys. Now, doing either of these will get you the statue of the 8-bit Freddy on the title screen, so you don't ever necessarily need to talk to Old Man Consequences. It's one of those things where the name is so on the nose, it's worth seeing.
Right.
And funny enough, Old Man Consequences shows up again in the series. He actually shows up in Ultimate Custom Night as a possible antagonist.
Huh.
And he'll interrupt your controls and force you to play a fishing minigame. Yep.
This makes me you were mentioning before, in the top 10, FNAF games. I was hoping you'd do this, but you didn't.
Uh-oh.
Where you were like, oh, the top 10 games, and then the last one would be the game that FNAF was based off as a, spiritual successor. That would be Night Trap.
Well, mechanically, yes. Thematically, no. It was actually more of a spiritual successor to Chipper and Sons, Scott's other mobile game. And
yeah, but the
camera thing is very in the same vein as Night Trap. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if Scott necessarily ever cited that as a inspiration or not, because Night Trap is a little bit different because it was like watching a movie, but you were watching different parts of the movie from different points of view. Whereas in FNAF, using the cameras in that way was more as one of many methods to slow and halt the progress of the animatronics. Here we go. Now, around this time, I want to say 2015, Scott's third child was born. And the widely held theory of this scene is the tall figure in the middle there is Scott himself with his two sons in front of a screen, presumably when they were first testing the original Five Nights at Freddy's. Because Scott set up a Kickstarter that made precisely $0 in order to get Five Nights at Freddy's off the ground. And no one really took an interest in it, so he decided he was going to do it himself. And his sons became the game testers. And he even joked, one of them really likes trying to break the rules, and the other is, real scientific and tries to poke at it to see what happens. And he even said that he deliberately invented Foxy because they were getting wise to the way the cameras worked and would just basically never need to check them in lieu of just checking the doors. It's also thought that this is something of an homage to the birth of his third child.
Oh, that's very wholesome.
It is. It is. And once again, this is a hard lock, so we have to close the game again. Oh, actually, no, I can just F2 this one. Okay, good.
This game contains flashing lights. You don't say, Scott. You don't say.
Like I said, either of those endings gets you the 8-bit Freddy trophy, and now we are done with the fourth layer of the world. And we never need to go there again. And the weird thing is, I think the pearl is supposed to show up on the title screen as a trophy, and I don't think it has. Oh, whatever.
Say we haven't seen it yet, no.
Yeah, it's supposed to show up as a free bite, but it's not doing that either. But I remember having some kind of bug associated with it where it wouldn't show up for some reason. It's whatever.
It is what it is.
Not a big deal. Alright, now we're going to go the correct way.
The not going through...
Not going into a soft lock ending way.
What even is correct if you think about it? I mean, what even is correct?
It's the storyline from the Stanley Parable. Alright.
I'm shaking my head. You can't see it, but I'm shaking my head.
So, now we're going to just use the sub-tunnel in order to go back up. Old Man Consequences is a ton of fun, but we're done visiting him for now. Not forever. We actually, like I said, we never need to come back here. And this should let us surface.
I'm also surprised that the fourth layer wasn't just like binary code or something like that, by the way. Because of how it's supposed to be like, how it's supposed to be like, you know, you're diving deeper and deeper into the coding of the game or something like that.
Well, there's definitely an argument to be made for that, but
Pork
no,
Patch.
shockingly enough. Yeah, Pork Patch, one of the other big boss monsters. That's kind of been, we've been able to see him for a while, pretty much since we got to the lake, but now we're actually going to do something about it. Use a little bit of healing there, he hits hard.
Ooh.
Regents on. Flash our gift boxes, and then we're going to resume blasting him in his stupid face.
I love Electric Light Orchestra. They have a song I really like of theirs called Rain is Falling, which is about this guy who's like, yeah, I was sent forward in time by a time-traveling robot.
Oh, that also reminds me about the, whatever happened to your bomb technique? Did that end up just not working out?
Oh, the poppers? That tapers off after a while. That will only get you so far.
Okay.
Yeah, the enemies had so much health, and they would only do so much damage.
Yep. It eventually plateaus. You can only just get so many on the field at a time.
Alright, that makes sense.
I mean, it's a fun early game strategy, and for early game bosses, it's great.
And he did.
Yep, he exploded good.
Heaps of bacon bits.
That he is. And now, at long last, we can finally get this mysterious key.
This mysterious ticking sound.
So,
Stop.
you know, every single one of those... every single one of those locked doors we've been seeing, every single one of them is opened with this one key.
Wow.
So now they are all available to us after all this time. So we're going to take a little world tour real quick and gather them up, because there is something important behind each.
You need to go home and be a family man.
Da, 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 da.
I forget which one this is. Oh, right. No, not right now. I'll do that later.
What bites are you using right now?
The healing, the B, the UFO, and X-Death.
That's not X-Death. That's not a big buff dude.
Oh, those are
that's
I meant
actually...
the chips or programs you're using. The
Oh,
little,
that is
buff.
actually a good question. Whoops. Whoa.
Oh, never mind.
We just hopped him like a bug.
Get out of here!
Get out of here, Wither Bonnie.
Everyone knows we were all having a good time until you showed up.
So, what you see here is what we currently have. We have Find Characters, which does precisely what it says. It greatly raises the chance of finding new challengers after a fight. Auto Shield, which is why we have that Gradius Shield. Auto Mimic, which gives us a permanent Mimic Ball. And Block Unscrew, which nullifies the effects of Unscrew, Unscrew 2, and Escape Key. Some of these are more mandatory than helpful suggestions, such as Shield, because we're going to fight a boss who, near as I can tell, is nigh on unbeatable if you don't have either that chip or the character that can put up the same effect. Boom. Yep, now we get a Super Goon, the super version of the lake monster.
Oh, say, we found the lake monster pretty early in the beginning, didn't we?
That we did. Downside is this guy is legitimately strong, so I need to...
He's one-shotting everybody.
Yep.
Well, you know, he's a FNAF, so...
He is a vicious customer, to say the least. That's why Mimic Ball is so important, because you can then have characters with gift boxes, and then if a character is killed, gift boxes will revive them, and the Mimic Ball will then set a re-raise.
Interesting.
Whoops. Just lost my gift boxer for 18.
Ooh. Oh, you're still doing good damage, though.
No,
You still
we
got your
are.
other party. You still got your other party, too.
Yep, plus I have a Crying Child who also has gift boxes, if I can get it up quickly. Or he can just kill him. Thankfully Shadow Bonnie has it too.
Hello, Mr. Obama? I'm sorry, that's what I imagine Crying Child sounds.
I mean, I don't blame you. Oh, pour hot cheese in your lake. How do you like that?
Uh-oh, Clockwork, are you trouble with the law again?
That's your trouble with the law. No, I was Snek.
No, that wasn't me.
It's probably me. I'm on a list now that I've reviewed Rumble Roses.